Taking a peek at the astrology for you this month, Leo, November is very much focused on your personal life. There could be some changes with your home or family or anything that's close to your heart, but it's not really until the end of this month where we really start to see some exciting passion, chemistry, maybe some romance and creativity. Ultimately, November is a really good month for laying the foundation for the life that you want to live. If you're looking forward to this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new, my name is Michael, and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. And I actually do have a little favor to ask before we dive into today's reading. As many of you have noticed, I am now going by a different name. I'm now using Serafino Esoterica across all of my social media. Part of the inspiration for this new name is that I'm really excited to branch out and kind of broaden more than just tarot and astrology videos. I love doing these readings for all of you. It's really such a gift. And I also really want to talk about some other things. So if you have any questions or topics that you would like me to cover, definitely feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message, especially on Instagram. That's probably one of the best ways to get a hold of me. You can actually find all of my links for my social media accounts and my website in the description of this video. I will never reach out to you to solicit my services. Anyone who does this is just a fake account, so you can report and block them. And I just really appreciate all the support that you've given this channel and to me over these years. It really is a gift to do this work, and I'm so excited to continue putting out information and readings for all of you. Just my friendly reminder before we get too far into this reading, these are general messages, meaning not all of them are going to apply to all of you. If this doesn't resonate, nothing went wrong, but you're more than welcome to check out some of the other videos for your moon or rising or other zodiac placements. You can find the playlist on my channel. I did actually pull a couple of animal cards. We'll get to the tarot in just a moment. But I got some very interesting energy that makes a lot of sense, honestly, with the beaver and the bee. Both of these animals are very, very busy, but they are very domestic in some sense. The beaver is obviously associated with the dam, the den, the home. I feel like a lot of you, quite appropriate to the astrology this month, being in Scorpio season, are very much focused on home, family, your private life, really thinking about the life that you want to have, thinking about the future. I could even see some of you maybe thinking about children as well. That might be something that you are thinking more about in November or just discussing with other people. Of course, not everyone wants kids, not everyone has that in their life path, so just for some of you. But it's really like, where do I want to be? What do I want my life to look like in 5 or 10 years from now? I really feel like this is the time you are creating foundation in your life. And whenever I see the beaver, it really is about committing to something in the long term. Beaver is associated with the water element, which we can see indicated with this upside down triangle at the top of the card. But I also think of it as very close to the earth element. And both of these elements together make me really think about building something that means a lot to you, building from your heart, committing to the things that you love. And so I really feel like you are making a home for yourself or the people that you care about. You're very much focused on where you belong and, again, what the future is that you want to have. The bee is also a very productive energy as well, but I also think of this as a very sweet process, a very tender process. Even though bees do have the stinger, they will defend the thing that they love and care about the most. I really do get the sense that you are performing some sort of alchemy in your life. You are transforming things in your life. You're finding sweetness in your life. And this card can actually warn against working too hard towards something. Don't let your stinger come out. Definitely take some time for yourself. I really do feel like it's important for you to focus on, your emotions, your personal life, at least for the first part of November. I'm curious to see what we have in terms of other tarot cards for you, or the messages that we have for Leo. Interesting. So we have the Page of Pentacles coming out first. This is actually past energy. Maybe some of you are learning a new skill. Maybe some of you are exploring a new career path. I really think of the Page of Pentacles as someone who is embarking on a new journey and learning along the way. This is someone who's very practical, but can sometimes sometimes underestimate their capabilities. But I feel like you will gain confidence as you are growing, Leo. I feel like some of you have been looking at your life in a different way, or again, it's like you want to take the next step, and at some point, everyone is new at something. And that's what I'm really getting with this Page of Pentacles. You might not feel like you are ready for the life you want to have, whether that's the career, the family, the partnership, whatever this really represents to you, whatever it is that you're building towards. But just remember that everyone, even the most prolific examples of artists, creatives, or even mothers, fathers, parents, they all had to begin somewhere. And so I feel like you are beginning something and you are building your confidence in this way. It's interesting because I feel like someone has actually given you an opportunity with the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups together. This actually could represent an emotional or romantic relationship for some of you, but regardless of the form that this takes, it feels like someone is literally trying to give you what you want, Leo. Someone is literally trying to give you an ability to move forward or an opportunity to move forward. And for some reason, I feel like there is this hesitation, which is kind of interesting. But again, coming back to the Page of Pentacles, I don't necessarily think it's so much tied to the person or the situation you're in. You may find yourself hesitant to take an opportunity or to move forward in some way because you don't necessarily trust yourself. You don't feel like you are ready to make a change, which is kind of interesting. I'm curious to see what else we have for you. What other messages do we have for Leo? Yeah, we have the Chariot in reverse. I really feel like some of you are afraid of making the next step. Tell me more about the Chariot in reverse. What is going on here? The Queen of Cups. I feel like there's something shifting in your heart. There's something that you need to shift into emotionally. It's actually interesting that both of these cards are associated with the astrological sign of Cancer, which for you, Leo, represents your subconscious. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Two and Four of Cups are also associated with Cancer energy. So that's coming in very, very strongly. I even kind of see it with the Beaver energy here as well. And I mean, Cancer traditionally is associated with home, with family, your roots. But I really feel like for you, this is something that's very subconscious because Leo, Cancer rules over your astrological 12th house of spirituality, of mental health, of the unseen worlds, unseen patterns. Again, I feel like there is something with mental health or mental wellness that is coming into play. There are some subconscious beliefs and limitations that you are sorting through. I really feel like there is a very sincere person in your life or a very sincere offer. And I want to ask you, why are you hesitating? I do feel like you're also pretty busy this month as well. I'm just kind of looking at the Beaver and the Bee. We have the Fool. Yeah, you need to take a leap of faith. It's going to feel like a leap of faith at first, Leo. Whatever it is that you care about, whatever it is that you want out of life, it's going to feel like a bit of a jump. But then I feel like once you start going in that direction, you feel more confident in yourself or in your decision or in your relationship. I feel like someone wants to go to the next level with you. And yes, that definitely has a romantic connotation. But honestly, this could also be in a professional sense. This could be, again, in a number of different contexts. These are general readings, so it's you kind of have to piece together where this is going to apply to you. But I feel like there's something that means a lot to you that is finally available. And it's like, for some reason, you're kind of nervous about it. You have this opportunity, maybe even cold feet is a good example of that. Ooh, we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I really feel like there's this exciting energy that is building, especially as we get into Sagittarius season at the end of November and through December. This is actually Sagittarius energy, this Knight of Wands. I feel like there is this desire to grow, this desire to expand, to become who you're meant to be. And at the same time, that kind of requires you stepping out of your comfort zone. And it also requires a long-term commitment. I don't feel like it's necessarily that you're going to realize your dreams all in 1 month, Leo, but you're taking some very important steps. You're making important strides in November, and maybe even making commitments to yourself or to other people. There is something symbolic about you embarking on a new journey, on a new cycle. And specifically, this really could have to do with home, with family. Some of you might even be like moving in with a partner or talking about moving in with a partner. Specifically, the 13th of November could be a time where this is really coming ahead, because that's when we had the new moon in Scorpio. And again, Scorpio represents home, family, your astrological 4th house. So a lot of these themes are coming up. And I mean, if nothing else, Leo, I feel like you're really sorting through your early upbringing, the conditioning of your childhood, especially around relationships, but even around your dreams. Because I'll tell you what, we have Jupiter, we have Uranus, both very expansive and even kind of wild energies in the sign of Taurus, which for you represents your goals. It represents what you want to give to the world at large, or your public image, your role, your career in some sense. And we have the Fool, which represents Uranus. I really do feel like there is this potential to grow, and this is also being, I feel like this is also like shifting into your work life as well. I mean, it kind of makes sense, because it's like, you might be getting a promotion, and because of that promotion, because of that raise, you are able to invest in a home or something. Like, you are shifting your focus more on your personal life, and because of that, there are some changes that are happening in your professional life. Like, these things can be very connected. And I really feel like, again, it might not feel super comfy, super cozy at first, but it's important that you take the lead. It's important that you take the steps. They are exciting. You know, how can you make your anxiety, your hesitation into curiosity and into excitement? Someone literally wants to give you everything that you want, or give you the thing that you want the most. Any other messages? Ooh, love this. We have the 9 of Pentacles for you, Leo. You are sitting pretty in the future. I feel like there's a lot of abundance. There's a lot of stability that is coming from this energy, even if it feels a little turbulent in November. I do feel like there could be more prosperity, more financial abundance, or just a sense of place, a sense of having a place to come home to, or just feeling very comfortable, enjoying the finer things. Surrounding yourself with beauty is also something that's going to be really inspiring for you this month. I really feel like there's something just very beautiful here. A beautiful place to go to. And I keep wanting to say to come home to. You're coming home to yourself in some way. Any other messages for Leo? Anything else for Leo? Interesting. I was just thinking about friends, because I know that we have a full moon in the sign of Gemini at the end of this month, which for you corresponds to your astrological 11th house of friendships, of social circles. And this full moon could be indicating some sort of completion or a change in friends or social groups. And I pulled the 3 of Cups, which is about friendship. It's about sisterhood, siblinghood, brotherhood. I really do feel like, more so than this full moon representing an ending, which sometimes it does, I feel like it's representing a culmination of something. There are people coming together. And maybe there's a lot of excitement. I know you may hear the cat meowing in the background. There could be a lot of communication. It feels like there is something that you are celebrating, and maybe people are coming together to celebrate, especially towards the end of the month, maybe around the holiday. Three of Cups with the High Priestess. Interesting. I actually feel like there is something about you reaching into a spiritual community, because the High Priestess is very intuitive, it's very spiritual, it's very dreamy. I feel like this is about you connecting to like-minded spirits. That's something that's really important as well. And maybe even a bit of a non-traditional family for some of you. Connecting with your people feels really, really important. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of discovering your found family, or your spiritual family, or spiritual community. I really feel that that is important as well, because the beaver is very much focused on family, as is the bee in a way too, the hive working together. I feel like there's actually there's a lot of harmony that is building and getting on the same page, a lot of communication again, and really sharing a dream, sharing a vision for the future. I'm actually even hearing some of you might be planning like a non-traditional lifestyle with friends. I know that's something that's really a lot more common with millennials, and I think Gen Z too. We kind of got sold this way of living, like this is how life has to look. It has to be the partner, the house, the family, the kids, the dog, the fence. But I really feel like, at least for some of you watching this, you're actually talking about these things maybe with friends or with community. You're finding family maybe in a different way, or finding spiritual family, or maybe all of the above. It doesn't have to be limited, but I feel like you're surrounding yourself with community. That's something that's deeply, deeply nourishing to you, Leo. And I really feel like there is this spiritual element to it. Again, could also just be like-minded spirits. There is something very kindred about the people you are connecting with, and maybe something that you are celebrating with friends, that feels really, really beautiful, very aligning. Any other messages? Just again, very loud with the Nine of Pentacles, this very agrarian sort of image. Some of you might be buying land, or talking about buying land with people that you care about, with friends, with community, maybe family as well, or with a loved one. But I feel like there's something just about really being closer to spirit as well as closer to the earth. I'm curious to hear how that resonates for some of you, but I feel like there's something about finding spirituality in nature this month. Any other messages for Leo? Any final messages for Leo? We have the Ace of Swords. Again, communication is really important this month too. I do feel like there are important messages that are coming in, or really important conversations that are being had. I feel like this is about clarifying visions, clarifying your plans. I really think of the Ace of Swords as sort of like a light bulb kind of moment. There's something that's making sense all of a sudden. There's something that's just like, oh yeah. And maybe you need to initiate the conversation here too, but then there's some sort of epiphany or realization that comes as well. I'm actually really loving this energy for you this month, Leo. I think I am just going to finish off with an oracle card from the Moonology deck. What are the final messages for Leo? What are the final messages for Leo? Show us clearly, please. Any messages for Leo that we should be aware of for the month of November? Any advice? Any guidance? Wow. Full moon in Virgo, you are good enough. I told you right at the beginning, I feel like some of you don't feel like you're ready or good enough for this next chapter in your life, like you're kind of holding back or you're hesitating. Virgo can honestly be a bit of a neurotic, anxious energy, and I say that with a lot of love because I have a Virgo stellium myself. I get it. Virgo can really overthink things and Being Leo, you may have Virgo placements as well. Maybe your Mercury, maybe your Mars. You might have some Virgo placements that are also being kind of activated and a little neurotic or a little anxious. But I really do feel like with the full moon in Virgo, there is also this sense of harvest, of reaping what you sow. And while this is usually part of the cultivating or the harvesting cycle, maybe some of you still are planting seeds for the future. I'm really looking at this Nine of Pentacles with this Virgo energy because they both feel very connected to the earth, very connected to nature and food. Maybe like growing your own food, having a garden, that could be something that you're talking about maybe for next year, because at least in the Northern Hemisphere, we are pretty much deep into autumn at this point, or we will be by the end of November. And I really feel like you want to connect to nature more. I'm just getting that with this Virgo energy, especially this flower crown that she is wearing. And there's just something about being very connected to the earth, knowing your worth, knowing how much the earth loves you, how much spirit loves you. I really feel like there is a bounty that you have, and it's not just for you. There is abundance that you are sharing with other people, and that is very, very exciting. And interestingly enough, Virgo energy for you, Leo, represents finance. It represents money. It represents security. And so I do feel like you are building your abundance, building a foundation that is not only going to provide for you, but provide for the people that you love. That might be in the form of making space for these things in a literal sense or physical sense, or even getting a promotion that is helping you get what you want out of life. There's just something here that's very, very beautiful, and I think this is going to be a very pivotal month for you this year. Anyways, Leo, those are all the messages I have. I do hope that this was helpful. Please, please, please hit like and subscribe if this resonated with you, if this was helpful, especially if you've made it this far into the video. Also hit the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. I do have links in the description of this video for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions. For those of you who are ready for a deep dive, you can book those on my website. And you're also welcome to check out the playlist for your other placements, maybe your moon or rising sign. There may be some messages for you there as well. And I will see you all next time. Have a very happy and blessed November. Take care, Leo.